o pouso na Lua continua a ser uma das maiores controvérsias de todos os tempos. No entanto, é importante ressaltar que o pouso realmente ocorreu e que todos os países superpotentes estão correndo para alcançá-lo. As últimas expedições à Lua têm revelado descobertas surpreendentes sobre o satélite da Terra. Neste contexto, Michio Kaku revela a terrível verdade sobre a Lua. Desde a existência de um enorme objeto de metal, maior do que todo o Havaí, na superfície lunar, até uma inevitável corrida armamentista global, o futuro traz consigo medo e emoção. Convidamos você a se juntar a nós enquanto viajamos para a Lua e retornamos. Meu nome é Aurora e hoje vou deixar o vídeo com a legenda original. Obrigada por assistir ao meu canal, Infinitas Possibilidades. Até a próxima!
The moon landing continues to be one of the biggest controversies ever. Except, it's real, and every superpower country is racing to it. The latest expeditions to the moon have revealed shocking discoveries about Earth's satellites, and Michio Kaku reveals the terrifying truth about the moon. From a huge metal object larger than all of Hawaii on the moon's surface to an unavoidable global arms race, the future holds fear and excitement. Join us as we journey to the moon and back. It's interesting to think about why we haven't been back to the moon since the Apollo 17 mission way back in 1972. It was such a significant moment when humans first landed on the moon during the Apollo 11 mission in July 1969. Except enough advancements exist now that have made a mission to the moon inevitable and easy. Michio Kaku has weighed in on everyone's desperate attempts to recreate history. You see, China has recently sent a robotic spacecraft to the moon with the aim of collecting lunar samples and bringing them back to Earth. He congratulated them on this feat and highlighted they're now the third country to achieve this, following the United States and the Soviet Union. It's like they're following in the footsteps of the US, but also taking shortcuts and making remarkable progress. More importantly, Kaku said that while we may not have a traditional space race as we did in the past, it's still important to consider the military aspect of space exploration. H was wise to speak about the more sinister motives that'll come to light in an attempt to frequent visits to the moon. Superpowers like Russia and China are developing hypersonic drones, which are becoming the weapons of choice. And let's face it, reaching the moon doesn't hold much military value since it takes just a few days to get there. But the arms race on Earth, specifically the development of hypersonic drones, is a concern. That's where the US Space Force comes into play. When it was announced, some people didn't take it seriously, but it actually makes sense. We have a significant stake in outer space with over 50% control of satellites. Protecting our assets, including our economy and telecommunications, is crucial. However, we don't want this to lead to an uncontrolled arms race, which would be detrimental. He also shed light on more discreet attempts being made on US soil to explore the moon. Now let's shift gears and talk about the involvement of private citizens in space exploration. We have visionaries like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos who are driving the field forward. Musk wants to create a multi-planet species, envisioning a future where humans inhabit other planets. On the other hand, Bezos sees Earth as a celestial park, with heavy industry and pollution moved to outer space. Their involvement has revived interest in space exploration. And who knows, one day we might have regular tourists going to the moon. In fact, Elon Musk is already selling tickets for lunar tourism. It's mind-blowing to think that our grandkids might have the option of honeymooning on the moon. There's a lot happening in the realm of space exploration. China's lunar missions, the military implications, the establishment of the US Space Force, and the visions of private individuals are all shaping the future of space travel and our understanding of the universe.
Well, yes, but we do have to worry about the arms race on the planet Earth. Reaching the moon has minimal military value. It takes 3 days to go to the moon. A war on the Earth, a space war, would be fought in a matter of hours, not days. However, we do have to worry in the sense that hypersonic drones are the next weapons of choice by the superpowers. The Russians have already announced last year that they have an operational hypersonic weapon. They're actually ahead of the United States in this matter. And the Chinese, not to be outdone, have stated that they too are working on hypersonic drones.
Now, it's time to turn the lens on an eerie discovery that's puzzling everyone. The shocking discovery inspires questions about life on the moon. In a fascinating new study, scientists have confirmed the presence of water trapped inside tiny glass beads scattered across the moon's surface. The water-containing beads were meticulously collected by China's Chang'e 5 lander during its successful lunar exploration mission. This discovery, published in the Nature Geoscience journal, sheds light on the nature of lunar water and its implications for future space exploration. A team of researchers examined 117 individual spherical glass beads that were carefully selected from a lunar soil sample collected by the robotic arm of the Chang'e 5 lander. Using advanced techniques such as field emission scanning, electron microscopy, electron probe microanalyzer, and Raman spectroscopy, scientists were able to confirm the presence of water within these beads. For many years, scientists have been studying the presence of water on the moon, seeking to understand its origin, distribution, and evolution within the lunar regolith. The current findings contribute significantly to our growing knowledge of lunar water, which has important implications for future lunar surface exploration and our understanding of water reservoirs on airless bodies in the solar system. China's Chang'e 5 mission, launched in December 2020, marked a crucial milestone in lunar exploration. The mission aimed to obtain the youngest lunar samples ever collected and transport them back to Earth. The lander, equipped with a robotic arm, successfully collected samples from the ascent vehicle, including the precious glass beads containing water. One reason for the scarcity of water findings on the moon was the long gap between surface missions. Prior to Chang'e 5, the last soft landing on the lunar surface occurred in 1976, with the Soviet Union's Luna 24 mission leaving a considerable time lapse of 37 years. And the future looks promising with initiatives like NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services program, which plans a series of upcoming missions. One such mission, the Volatiles Investigating Polar Exploration rover, is set to land near the moon's south pole in late 2023 to hunt for ice. While their plans to hunt for concrete evidence of ice might take a bit longer, they too discovered water. American scientists have long wondered about the presence of water on the moon, and now they have made a fascinating discovery. Previously, it was believed that water could only exist in the dark, shadowed areas of the moon. Thanks to NASA's Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, or SOFIA, water has been found in the sunlit regions of the moon for the very first time. This means that water might be spread across the entire lunar surface, challenging our previous understanding. Dr. Hannibal and her team used NASA's unique airborne observatory, SOFIA, to make an intriguing discovery about the moon. SOFIA is an impressive aircraft with a powerful infrared telescope mounted on it, allowing it to observe celestial objects without interference from Earth's atmosphere. When they directed their attention to the moon, they focused on the second largest crater that can be seen from Earth, known as Clavius Crater. Located in the moon's southern hemisphere, this crater is an impressive 231 kilometers wide and 3.5 kilometers deep. What caught their attention was the presence of water molecules in this crater, adding to the growing understanding of water distribution on the moon. These fascinating details can all be found in the journal Nature Astronomy. Safe to say, our understanding of the moon keeps undergoing change and evolution. Back when the Apollo astronauts first set foot on the lunar surface, it was widely believed that the moon was devoid of any water. However, intriguingly, the rocks brought back from those missions hinted at the presence of water. Unfortunately, at that time, these findings were dismissed as potential contamination. Now, with this new revelation, we have come full circle and realized that there is indeed water on our celestial neighbor, revolutionizing our understanding of the moon's composition and its potential for supporting future exploration. At least now, more mysteries are unraveling from these successful missions, and they demand our attention. The discovery of a new lunar mineral will reshape our understanding of the moon as we know it. Our knowledge was stagnant since the 1970s, but not anymore. Lunar samples have long been considered invaluable for understanding the evolution of our planet. They provide essential clues about Earth's origin and history. Scientists compare these recent discoveries with samples obtained by NASA during the Apollo moon landings and by the Soviet Union's lunar robotic landers, further advancing our knowledge of the moon. During the Chang'e 5 mission, the spacecraft collected approximately 1.73 kilograms of lunar samples from the moon's surface. These samples were then safely returned to Earth for further study. The analysis of these lunar samples has led to significant discoveries and advancements in our understanding of the moon's composition, geology, and history. A team of Chinese scientists recently made a remarkable discovery during a mission to the moon. They found a new lunar mineral named Chang'e Y among samples obtained during the mission. This discovery adds to our knowledge about Earth satellites and marks a significant milestone in lunar exploration. Chang'e Y is a single crystal of a new phosphate mineral, making it the sixth mineral obtained from the moon by humanity and the first new lunar mineral discovered by China. This achievement makes China the third country, after the United States and Russia, to discover a lunar mineral, and the first in 4 decades. It's chemically associated with the more common phosphate mineral, miralite, found in lunar and meteorite samples. Scientists have classified it as a member of the bryanite subgroup, which appears in meteorites and on the moon. More so, this crystal holds a secret ingredient with the power to revolutionize our energy needs. This special ingredient is helium-3, and scientists believe it could be the key to fueling advanced nuclear fusion reactors. There is a catch to this fantastic discovery. Helium-3 is extremely rare on Earth, but it appears to be abundant on the moon. Michio Kaku was hinting at how rarities like this can begin an avoidable but inevitable race to tap into the moon's resources. While it's too early to determine the financial value of this lunar fuel source, one thing is clear. It won't be easy or cheap to bring back the crystals needed to power fusion reactors. The logistics of extracting and transporting them from the moon pose a significant challenge. For years, scientists have been captivated by helium-3 and its potential for unlocking the mysteries of nuclear fusion. Fusion, the process that powers stars, could potentially provide limitless clean energy for humanity. However, we have yet to create a fusion reactor that can generate enough energy to ignite this incredible process. The hunt for helium-3 on the moon sparks excitement as we imagine a future where this precious resource could hold the key to powering our world in a clean and sustainable way. Helium-3 holds the promise of a safer and cleaner energy source compared to traditional nuclear processes. Unlike current nuclear fission, which generates radioactive waste, helium-3 fusion produces significantly less radiation and nuclear waste. This has sparked interest in using fusion as a more efficient and safer way to generate nuclear power. The potential of helium-3 is staggering. Just 25 tons of this element, equivalent to the cargo capacity of a space shuttle, could power the entire United States for a year. With such immense energy potential, helium-3 is estimated to have an economic value of around $3 billion per ton. The race to harness helium-3 has attracted the attention of private companies and countries with space agencies. The discovery of this valuable resource on the moon has intensified efforts to mine it. Excitingly, it could kickstart a new era where nations and organizations compete to unlock the potential of helium-3 and pave the way for a cleaner and more abundant energy future. Now, the focus of exploration has now shifted to the moon's far side, particularly the South Pole Aitken Basin. This massive impact crater, believed to be the oldest on the moon, holds vital clues about the moon's history and the solar system. It has a different geological composition and provides insights into lunar evolution. China is planning to continue its lunar exploration with the Chang'e 6 mission, targeting the South Pole Aitken Basin on the moon's far side. The mission will include an orbiter, lunar ascent vehicle, lander, and re-entry capsule. Its primary objective is to collect material from this unexplored territory in 2024 and figure out its secrets once and for all. This ominous dark side of the moon has shockingly deep craters, possible crystallization, and likely never before seen minerals. Exploring the far side of the moon poses engineering challenges, including the lack of direct communication with spacecraft located there. But the US has stepped up and given us some unbelievable findings. The South Pole Aitken Basin has always held a special place in scientific investigations due to its exceptional characteristics. This region not only provides valuable insights into the interior composition of our nearest celestial neighbor, but also sheds light on its intriguing history. It's a place where scientists believe there may be even more enigmatic secrets waiting to be unraveled. Studying the South Pole Aitken Basin has the potential to reveal significant information about the moon's formation and evolution. The basin's immense size and preserved state make it a fascinating target for exploration. By delving into its geological features, researchers can gain a deeper understanding of the forces that have shaped the moon over billions of years. And this unique region may hold clues to other mysteries beyond its composition and history. It could provide valuable insights into the broader field of planetary science, including the formation of impact craters, the dynamics of asteroid collisions, and the distribution of resources within the moon's crust. With each investigation, scientists uncover more about the moon's complex and captivating nature. The South Pole Aitken Basin serves as a gateway to unlocking the secrets of our lunar companion and expanding our knowledge of the broader universe. As researchers continue to explore this remarkable region, who knows what other surprises and discoveries await us in this vast lunar expanse? Recently, scientists made a remarkable discovery hidden beneath the moon's South Pole Aitken Basin, one of the largest preserved craters in the entire solar system. What they found was a massive and incredibly heavy structure, weighing at least 2.18 billion kilograms and stretching over 300 kilometers in depth and 2,000 kilometers in length. The researchers, all based in the United States, proposed that this intriguing anomaly could consist of metal from the core of an asteroid or oxides formed through the crystallization of a magma ocean. Lead author Peter B. James from Baylor University in Houston described the magnitude of this finding by saying, "Imagine taking a pile of metal 5 times larger than the Big Island of Hawaii and burying it underground. That's roughly how much unexpected mass we detected." This groundbreaking revelation was made possible by NASA's Gravity Recovery and Interior Laboratory, or GRAIL, mission, which carefully measures changes in the moon's gravitational field. By analyzing the data collected from GRAIL, scientists can gain insights into the moon's internal composition and unravel its mysteries. This discovery opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for understanding the moon's formation, its geological history, and the cosmic events that have shaped it. It reminds us that even though we have touched the moon's surface, there are vast realms waiting to be explored and secrets waiting to be uncovered. Speaking of uncovering secrets, there is one question that plagues our minds. When you look up at the moon at night, do you ever wonder what's on it or what it's made of? This is one question that has plagued the minds of scientists and kids alike. Except, we now have concrete evidence to prove what's inside. The latest study, which was published in the journal Nature, shows that the inner core is a solid ball with the same density as iron. More so, it has a liquid core surrounding it. That is currently still being studied to learn how our solar system was formed. Back in 2011, NASA's legendary GRAIL project would enlighten us with data that changed how we saw the moon. In 2011, the agency put 2 spacecraft in orbit around Earth's satellite. As these probes flew over different parts of the satellite's surface, they measured the gravitational forces between them. This gave scientists enough information to figure out where each probe was in relation to its partner. The best way to find out what's inside objects in the solar system is to use seismic readings. Scientists can figure out how a planet or moon is made by looking at how quakes move through and bounce off the material inside it. NASA's Apollo flights in the 1960s and 1970s collected seismic data, but it was not precise enough to be used to figure out what was going on in the inner core. Still, NASA has said that they have found proof of an iron-rich core under about 1,700 miles of silicate mantle rock. To put it into context, that is at least as deep as Earth's core and could be much deeper. Arthur Briaud and his friends got information from space missions and experiments that used lasers to measure distances on the moon. Then, they used this knowledge to figure out how much it had changed based on how its gravity affected Earth and how its distance from Earth changed. The researchers also came up with an average density for each hemisphere based on readings made by NASA's Grail mission from 2011 to 2012. Based on what they learned from their research, the deep core of the moon is a solid ball with the same density as iron. Because of this finding, we now know more about the moon's history and when it was hit by asteroids in the first billion years of our solar system. Since the solid inner core was found, the evolution of the moon's magnetic field has been called into question, and a global mantle overturns theory has gained more support. This has effects on how the moon is put together, what it is made of, and how it came to be. There's a wealth of information being transmitted back to Earth regularly about our space and the planetary objects within it. We'll know the secrets that these eerie craters hold, and if life can truly be sustainable out there.